our new intro. We're live. Monday night, 9:26. It's not bad. We're going to try to get this done in an hour. We don't know how this is going to go today, but we're going to try. We go dirty.
We're going to try to get our facts straight.
Should do that prior.
Yeah.
We got the live chat up on the TV for us here, so if you happen to be watching and you want to say something, say something. If not, whatever. We're just going to read this so that we can watch it later. Like dorks.
This is an exciting part. Season 2.
We're on to Season 2, which you can't read.
Where we see Shane and Rick's relationship get heated.
Yes. Shay? Should we make sure we can hear ourselves?
Oh, Walking Dead.
Oh! Come on, man.
Wrong show.
I didn't even know what show that was. Can we hear ourselves?
You're missing out. That's another great show.
Make sure I can hear myself. Oh, yeah, we're good. So, yeah, that's on our to-watch list. Walking Dead. There's only so much time in my life that I can spend on TV, and I'm spending way too much time of it right now working on this podcast, but it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
So
sleep kind of like, I put it to the side.
All right. Sleep to the side is good.
Yeah.
So, you ready? Without further ado, you know what I can't see, though? How about we do this? All right. Further ado, we're going to get started. Jim, let's start a recap of the first episode of Season 2. Where did we leave off in Season 1? We don't need to do that.
Yeah, we kind of got a little ahead of ourselves with a couple things in Season 1 recap.
Go ahead and take it away. I'll get this all set up.
In Season 2, this is actually where we get Tyrion takes his post as the Hand, which Tywin Lannister, his father, wanted him to do. Cersei didn't, because she hates her little brother, who blames him for killing
his mom, because his mom died during birth.
Yeah. Also, he's kind of viewed as like a deformity. He's a dwarf, and she kind of views her bloodline as something that's, obviously, since she screws everybody except for Tyrion in the family.
In the family.
Yeah. So he takes over as the Hand to try to help Joffrey as king, as we find out that Joffrey's really just a piss pot. He puts an order in where he kills all of Robert's bastards. And one of Robert's bastards we meet, and that's Gendry. And
so, explain the term bastard. I think we kind of did this last time, but it's born of blood, but not
the same parents.
Yes.
It's out of wedlock. A lot of them are called Snows if they're from the north. They're from the south. They're called Sands, right?
Yes. There's all kinds of weird stuff.
Not Eric or Bob Sand, by the way. So we see Gendry escape. He gets help and escapes with Arya. And then we see Robb, who is actually becoming a very accomplished general and
king. He's becoming king.
King, and he's
not there yet.
He's won 3 battles, and then he decides to try to make peace with the Lannisters, and he would like to
do that in exchange for Sansa. Well, yes. Actually, I think it's both his sisters at the time, isn't it? Because he doesn't know that Arya's gone.
Right.
He thinks they're both there, so he wants to get both his sisters back.
If they give both his sisters back.
All right, so he sends that Raven or whatever, the messenger, whoever. I'm sure somebody can correct us if they really want. Robb then Theon. He sends Theon back to his homeland.
To his father.
Baelor, who's a dick.
Yeah,
kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Doesn't like.
But a little background on Theon, because it's going to be important in this season. Okay. He was sent to the Starks 9 years before.
After Robert's Rebellion. No, wait. Not after Robert's Rebellion. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, come to find out what it was really was the Starks kicked the Greyjoys' asses.
Because they were rebelling after the war was over.
And took Theon, basically. But Ned treated Theon like he was a son. And raised him and showed him the ways of the North, which Baelor never really approved of and kind of hated Theon because of that.
We're so shiny
down there. We also see the Night's Watch go over the wall, and they meet Craster. And
he's a character.
Yeah, he's this basically old...
All he does is bang his daughters and make more daughters.
Yeah,
We don't know what happens to his sons yet, but
right.
We'll find that out.
We find that out soon.
Towards the end.
He's just basically a creepy old guy, pervy old guy.
Well, I wouldn't call it pervy. That's just his way of life, which is not right to us. There's a lot of stuff in this world that's not right.
That's true. They
we
do
also
seem to like to keep in the family a lot. A lot of people. I don't know.
Rob, in trying to keep his army strong, also sent his mom to go see King Renly, who is Robert Baratheon's younger brother. So
youngest brother.
So there you go.
Who also thinks he deserves the throne. But,
right.
Yes.
I think he's a fairy. Do we know that? Yeah, we can tell right away.
Yeah. That one was kind of like pretty.
He likes men of the other variety. But actually, we don't know that right away because he's with Marjorie, and Marjorie's going to be queen. And
no, we do because remember Marjorie walked in.
Was it the first one?
She walked in.
The first season.
Yeah, she walked in on
her
brother with.
So, anyways, that's how we get brought into the season. We lost a couple of guys during this episode. Maester Crescent, he poisoned himself. And, we glossed right over Melisandre. We glossed right over Stannis.
Yeah, we they meet each other, and so, she's the Red Witch, and she believes in all this
fiery god stuff. And Stannis proclaims his claim to the throne. He believes he's the king. I don't know if you said that. I'm sorry. I might have been typing when you did.
No, I didn't. And Stannis is Renly's older brother.
Yeah, so he's also a Baratheon.
Right.
Also thinks he deserves to be on that throne. So,
one other important part, because this is the first episode setting up for the whole season, we see Daenerys in a different situation. Instead of being in a position of strength, now they're struggling. Her people are dying because they're hungry. They're running out of food, and she needs help. So she sends one of her riders out to try to get some help.
All right, yeah, that's right. Because they're starving.
Yes.
All her people are dying. They're like, why are we following this girl? So everyone's starting to doubt her.
Yep.
We also lost Bera, who had his throat slit by Jaros Slint with a dagger. I don't know. He doesn't make the rest in peace. Neither one of those guys make the rest in peace score.
Not that important.
So, anyways, on to the second episode, which is titled "The Night of the Lands." Theon. It starts off Theon returning to Pike, which is where he was from. So he reunites with his sister Yara, who becomes pretty important throughout the story.
Which he didn't realize. And Theon likes the women and tries to hit on her.
Oh, that's
first.
right. He doesn't realize it's Yara, so he's all macking on her like Cersei and Jaime would. Yeah, and that
getting awful friendly with her and try to feel her up.
So that was that. But anyways, his dad's name is Balon, not Balon. His dad is pissed off that Theon took on so many of the Northern principles, so he basically doesn't want him around. That's that. Cersei says hell no to Robb Stark, so that isn't going to happen. So Tywin, what else happens? Tywin has Tyrion. He wants him to become Hand of the King, right? And as Hand of the King, Tyrion gets rid of the head of the King's Guard because he believes he's just the facts I'm spewing that aren't right.
He believes he believes he's corrupt.
Right.
Turns
out he's not, but believes he's corrupt.
Kind of is actually kind of a weasel.
All right.
But he sends him to the wall. To join the Night's Watch.
I think I'm thinking of the other.
And he appoints Bronn as the head of the Watch, which the Watch is the guard of King's Landing.
Right. So as we know, Bronn is moving up.
Yes.
He's climbing the ladder.
Arya.
Go ahead.
Yep. Arya gets closer with Gendry and finally reveals who she really is to him. Also, he's not a major character, but they're also escaped with a fun character that I like, Popeye.
Oh yeah, Popeye. Hot pie.
Hot pie.
Hot pie.
So
like my food. Pie. I don't remember.
So,
but then north of the wall we have Samwell Tarly, which I don't know if we really talked about him yet. But he's somebody that John met at the wall. He's kind
in the first season, yeah.
He's kind of a doughboy. Gets picked on. He's not really
liked
for
by
fighting,
anybody.
but he's smart. He's got smarts. So he's north of the wall, and he takes the liking to one of Craster's daughters. Her name is Gilly. So that they kind of get intermingled, and Gilly's pregnant, I believe, with one of Craster's kids.
Yes.
I don't know if we know what it is yet. I don't think we can know in that time. It has to be born for them to know what it is. But she fears for her new unborn son if it's a boy. She's scared because what Craster does with the sons is
Jon Snow finds out.
Throws him in the woods, puts him on this pedestal,
for the
and
White
leaves him.
Walkers.
So, no, we're just gonna say to die because
No.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it is.
He leaves him out on this thing for the White Walkers.
That's what Jon finds out.
Did he see him pick him up yet?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I thought that was toward the end.
No.
Whatever. Who cares?
See?
So, anyways, that's that. So she's gonna have a baby, and she's not happy about that because he's gonna do that. So, go on with Daenerys.
Where?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I just threw it at you.
Yeah. Like, wow.
I thought you were ready.
No, sorry.
All right. So, Jon Snow doesn't want to help Gilly because Craster has strict rules that if anybody does anything with their daughters, they'll all be evicted because they're just staying there chilling, trying to search the north. It's stay warm and eat
I
food.
think Craster also is fearful that the Night's Watch are going to try to take his daughters from him. So he's real strict about that too. He definitely doesn't like Jon Snow because he thinks he's a pretty boy.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy. There ain't no doubt about that. All right, so moving on from that, let's talk about Daenerys. She's in the Red Waste, and this horse is coming back. She's all excited. Come to find out, someone's head's in the saddle, and it didn't quite go the way she planned. So that's that. She's looking worse and worse. In Dragonstone, Davos, Stannis' henchman. They're calling him a henchman right now? He's like his right-hand man.
I love Davos.
Minus fingers.
Yeah.
The Onion Knight, he recruits the Pilot of San, who's a pretty cool dude. He doesn't have a huge part, but I like that guy. They recruit him.
He's kind of like the Lando Calrissian of the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah.
He is. He's like Lando. He's just cool.
Little pirate.
Bangs women.
Yeah.
Says,
Space
he has a good line
it.
about Cersei, too. He says, I just want to conquer her so I can take her. He doesn't want to, like, rape her. He wants to make her love him.
Because he wants royalty, right?
Yeah, and he believes that he can make her love him.
Yeah.
Because she won't be royalty. She'll be...
But he says, he's like, I never had a royal woman before. Or something like that. Like, yeah.
I'm sure it was a lot worse than a woman.
I'm sure Ben McDaniel, if he's watching, please correct us. I'm sure you know this.
I don't...
But it was a fun quote. We know that.
All right, so then we go to Dragonstone where Stannis is hiding out with all this crazy red people, and he bangs Melisandre, which is fornication on his wife, but that's okay because she promises him a baby, and actually
a son,
son, which his wife can't do.
Right.
So his wife actually gave him permission, or she knows. We find that out later, something like that. But anyways, his wife knows. Blah, blah, blah. So he does this. She's pregnant, and just like that, she's pregnant. And then this is where Snow discovers that Craster. So it is the end of this episode.
Yes.
All right, cool. So we're there. That's pretty much that episode. We lost a dude. Nothing big, right? Who we lose?
The rider.
Oh yeah, the dude with the head.
Yeah.
The headless horseman.
He lost his head.
All right, so there you go. Death tolls up to 34. We're racking them up. Oh,
okay, so episode 3. We see Caitlyn finally arrive to Renly's camp, and we meet Brienne of Tarth, who is Renly's
gigantic woman. She's like her Kingsguard, his Kingsguard.
Yeah,
she's
sworn to protect him.
6'9". I have no idea what those stats are real, but she's super tall.
She's a big woman.
What's up? Are you Brienne? You want to be Brienne? Wife don't want to play. All right, sorry. So yeah, she's a really big girl, but she wins the right to become Renly's Kingsguard. Who'd she beat? It was Loras Tyrell.
Yes.
Yeah. Ben, correct me on that one. Loras Tyrell. She beat him in some tournament and became the Kingsguard. And Renly is now married to recently married Marjorie.
Right.
Loras' sister, but doesn't have sex with her due to his feelings for Loras. Blah, 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 blah. He loves Loras. Blah, blah, blah. In the Iron Islands, Balon makes a plan to attack the north. So he sees Robb Stark fighting off the south. So he's going to try and take advantage of attacking the north.
Which at first Theon wasn't on board, but after pressure of his father and sister, he turns on the Starks, who were like family to him.
Yeah, so just to win back the love of his father, he thinks that if he takes back Winterfell, his father's gonna, be all happy and stuff. So that's where the Greyjoys are at in King's Landing. Tyrion is laying. This is kind of a cool episode because he tells all of Cersei's main people different stories, slightly different stories.
So he could find out who he could trust.
When the word gets back to him, he knows who was lying, and then he can rid of them. That's actually, isn't this one of the ways that he gets rid of somebody?
Yeah, Pycelle.
Pycelle, there you go. He's the old-ass Maester, right?
Yeah.
Maester Pycelle, the guy that is acting like he can't walk, but he's actually totally fine banging chicks on the side.
Yeah, that's right. He looks like 100.
Yeah, he looks like 100, but he's acting like he's 40. He's good. So, he has a new lover, Shay. He doesn't want her. Well, actually, he had her a long time ago. He had her in the first season.
He did have her in the first season.
Smuggled her into.
We didn't talk about it. That he really falls in love with her, opens up to her, trusts her. That's very important.
And when Tywin sends Tyrion back to King's Landing, he tells him no horrors. So
if you get caught with the horrors, you're done.
And no, they're done. He'll kill them.
He'll kill them, but he's done too. He'll disown them.
So
he's got a lot to lose.
Shay his love, smuggled her in, and now she is Sansa's handmaiden.
Well, we didn't talk on the fact that. Oh yeah, not yet. We're not there yet.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I will correct myself.
I was letting you go. Doesn't matter. All right, so so Shay becomes Sansa's handmaiden, which is good for Tyrion in the sense that he can get all this kind of knowledge from Sansa, and it's just keeps her safe. Hide them right underneath their nose. It's that kind.
And
of
also
deal.
finds out if he could trust Sansa, because
right.
Lots happen.
So
lost her father's head.
Let's go back beyond the wall. Up north, Craster demands the Night Watchmen leave. He's pissed because I believe was it Gilly? No, who cares? He's pissed off.
No, he saw Jon Snow was spying on the White Walker, and he knocks him out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then when that happened, he just flips out and throws them all out.
Told him man to stay. Jorah Morant's mad at him. That's right. So they're leaving, and on the road back, they get attacked by Lannister soldiers. Yorn is killed, and Arya is taken prisoner. Oh wait, this is something totally different, isn't it?
Yeah. Band of Night's Watch.
Oh wait.
Recruits are the recruits were. That's the one that Gendry and Arya were in.
Yes.
And they got attacked.
They're going to the wall.
Yeah.
We're back south of the wall. That's just we should probably read these first, but that's fine. Who cares? So what I was talking about is when Snow is going back to, when he goes back and tells Jorah about what he's doing with all the babies, he finds out that Jorah knows that he's basically giving his babies away to the White Walkers, and it kind of pisses Jon Snow off. So,
and it's important back to the Lannister soldiers attacking the recruits. The reason why they were attacking the recruits is they had information. Cersei got Joffrey got information that one of the bastards had escaped, and they were looking for him. They didn't know exactly what he looked like, and then remember they asked Arya if she knew who he was, and she said yeah, and she actually said it was somebody else that was already dead, and then she said that's Gendry right there. So Gendry survives because Arya covered for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. So so that's good. So now they've established who they are. So, perfect. So we lost 2 people in the episode, Yarn and Lamy Greenhands. Who the hell is that? Oh, he got killed by a needle. So that means, did Arya do it, or no, wait, the guy
Polliver
took Arya's
sword. And Polliver's the one that going to the wall that was head of the watch. Was he? Or no, that's Pycelle.
Yeah.
Ben, correct us.
I'm done with that episode.
Yeah. It was not even that great of an episode, to be honest. They always kind of do that. They start off with a lot of information at the first episode. Then there's like a lull. And then there's always like a huge episode. And then the last episode's kind of like the aftermath leading into the next season. It seems like that's their kind of,
Yes.
blueprint, would you say, for each season?
Something like that.
It's close, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, we're on to episode 4, Garden of Bones. Caitlin tries to convince the Baratheon brothers to abandon their quarrel and unite against the Lannisters. So she's trying to convince Renly, you got to go help Stannis, help Robb beat everybody. So neither one of them really want to do that. Robb wants to be the king. Robb just wants the North. Stannis wants to be king. Renly wants to be king. That's never going to work out. Peter Baelish, also known as Littlefinger, visits Caitlin and offers her a trade of Jaime because Caitlin. Oh, where did that come out? Where Robb went out and beat Jaime's army and took Jaime prisoner.
Yes.
So there's that we didn't cover. But anyways, Robb beat the shit out of Jaime's army and snook attack him because he had Jaime fighting somewhere else, he had Jaime's army somewhere else, thinking that he was going to attack there, and then he did a loop.
Yeah, he sacrificed like a smaller group.
2,000 men, I believe.
Yeah.
And then that's how he kidnapped Jaime. So Jaime's now in the Stark's control. Sansa finally starts to see the real side of Joffrey. She's getting abused in a whole bunch of ways.
And Tyrion sees this, and Tyrion sees this and actually feels that Joffrey needs to maybe get laid and come of age, which is pretty funny. So he hires 2 whores.
Yes.
And sends them to Joffrey's room, where Joffrey tortures both.
Yeah, he tortures
instead.
them.
So that pissed off Tyrion.
So much for that.
Yeah.
Gift. So, anyways, he through his little detective work he did earlier, he finds out Pycelle's a dick or a snitch, and he fires him from the small council. He also finds out about the Cersei and Lancel Lannister relationship, which is a cousin. So. Cersei does what she wants.
Keep it in the family.
And he forces Lancel to spy on her by threatening to reveal it to Joffrey. Because if Joffrey finds out, Lancel will be dead. And Lancel don't want to die. So, Arya and Gendry...
And I feel like Lancel's a little feminine, but it was alright for... he comes across a little feminine, don't you think?
I thought he did have a spat where he was... I could be wrong. No, that's probably that other dude.
It's the other dude, but...
that looks like Lancel.
Yeah. Definitely not like Jaime. Jaime's definitely a man's man. So...
Hello, Brienne. Bye, Brienne. So we got Arya and Gendry. They are taken as captives to the castle of Harrenhal, where prisoners are tortured until death. That's pretty awesome. I don't remember that. Do you?
No.
I don't remember that.
It's
Is
weird.
Harrenhal where... No, let's not talk.
Yeah.
Let's not get fact-checked.
No.
All right, we got Salt again. So Theon is now taking control of the Stark's old home. And we begin to hate Theon because, that's just a D-bag move, right?
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Not trustworthy. Kind of a whiny bitch.
Yeah, so, this is where we get lost. Osha is a wildling. I don't remember why she got caught or how she ended up there, but she ends up helping Bran and Rickon escape.
Yes.
Robert unites with the healer Maegor at the Fist of the First Men.
Isn't it Maegor?
Maegor?
Yeah,
I
I think it's Maegor.
don't know. We're looking worse and worse.
Yes. As we go on, the wheels start coming off.
Jon Snow captures a wildling named Ygritte, but gets separated from his patrol. They were up north, and as she tries to escape, she pretty much lures him into a trap, and I think he gets caught. I don't know if we know that yet, but anyways, Joffrey incites a riot at King's Landing in which he nearly gets killed, and Sansa is nearly raped. What had happened is somebody threw shit at Joffrey's face.
Yep.
Just going off memory here, got hit in the face, and then chaos ensued because he said, "Kill that man," and kill that man. He just started yelling,
And
kill
all
everybody.
of a
And
sudden a riot starts happening.
They all said, screw that, we're going after you. So they all started going after him. And that didn't work out well. Sansa was about to be raped, and the Hound saved her.
Yeah.
Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. The Hound saved her. So it's the first time I'm like, oh, maybe the Hound's not so bad. Maybe I like the Hound. And then that's that. Tywin allows Littlefinger to seek the allegiance of the Tyrells. I don't remember why he wanted to do that, but money probably. So, anyways, an officer,
Littlefinger is always up to something.
Yeah, he wants to do. He wants the power, but got Tywin to let him do it. I said Tywin. Time to let him. So then an officer suspects Arya, and she has Hagar kill him.
Yes.
So that's number 2. She's 3 wishes. She's got number 2. Rob receives news that Theon has retaken Winterfell, and that pisses him off. So now he doesn't know what to do. He's got Jaime. That's like his only piece right now, but he's losing his home. So he's worried about his brothers. He's worried about his sisters. They're all alone on the road.
He hasn't heard from his mother
yet.
He
hasn't heard from his mom as far as Renly goes. And let's go to Karth, where Daenerys is. She's trying to procure ships to take people to Westeros, all while keeping Daxos at bay because he wants to marry her. And Daenerys' dragons are stolen. First time she's missing them, so that's kind of interesting. She's going to be hell-bent to find them. I guarantee you that. So that's that episode. We lost a lot of people in this one. We lost 5 people. There was an important one that kind of got glossed over. It's Sir Roderick Cassel. He was beheaded by Theon, and I believe he taught Theon like how to fight and stuff. Like he was one of the guys that helped the boys learn how to fight, right? Or was he something else?
No, I thought he was more of a teacher, like more like kind of taught him how to be proper royalty and kind of like a hand, because he helped Bran too when all the men went on to war and Ned left and Bran was in charge. He was his like kind of right hand.
All right.
You know?
Okay.
And that's kind of more what I took from him. I don't know if maybe he was early on a military guy, but Ben, maybe you could help us. By the way, if anybody read the books and has different thoughts on some of this, let us know. We'd like to hear from you. We didn't read.
Yeah. Well, I read half the first book, and then I just got stuck. But a lot of it was like the first season of the movie, so or the TV show. So that was pretty good. But okay, so we're up to 49 deaths. All right, we are on to A Man Without Honor, episode 7. You or me?
You can go ahead.
Theon begins tracking Brandon and Rickon. I'm just going to read it. It's fucking easier to try. Stop me if you want to interject. Tywin begins searching Harrenhal for his officer's murderer. Ygritte continues, which was Jagan Hagar. Jagan Hagar? Yeah, because I already had him killed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Ygritte continues her attempts to seduce Snow, and after a momentary lapse in Jon's concentration, she escapes and leads him into a trap. There's the trap. Boom. Still shaken from the riot, Sansa is horrified, and when she awakes to find that she has begun menstruating and can thus bear Joffrey's children, she's terrified because now she
has to marry him.
Yeah, well, has to have sex with him, right?
Yeah, that too.
That's the thing. Like, weren't they waiting? Cersei
Yeah,
warns her to love no one but her children, not even Joffrey, which was kind of a nice thing of Cersei to say there. But in Robb's camp, a failed escaped attempt by Jaime leaves a guard dead and some soldiers seeking retribution in Karth. The warlock Pre reveals to Daenerys that he stole her dragons, so that's not good, but gives her the opportunity to reunite with them before slaughtering the Council of 13 and establishing Daxos as the king. So that was all a big setup by Daxos to become king. All right, he just wanted to kill the 13, and obviously that other dude was helping him, right?
Yep.
So
an arrangement they made, yep.
So there you go. She's looking for her dragon. She doesn't care about the king part yet because she's going to kill them all anyways when she's done. So, but Theon presents to Luwin and his subjects the charred corpses of 2 boys. Maester Luwin goes absolutely insane. Blood-curdling scream at the end of that one. I remember that was bad. We know that it wasn't them because he couldn't find them. It was just 2 farm boys. Yeah, just 2 little farm boys.
Yeah,
they don't even get mentioned here.
They're not important.
Oh, maybe that's Billy and Jack.
So they did get
So
named.
2 little farm boys got
Poor
killed
Billy,
off
poor
screen.
Jack.
Sorry, guys, you don't make our rest in peace death toll. But 8 deaths this episode. That's the most so far in an episode. Anybody you want to name besides Billy and Jack?
Yeah, Sir Alton Lannister.
Let's talk about it. That's the guy.
That's the guy. Well,
That's the
so Jamie could escape. He kills his own blood.
He first tells him this awesome story about when they were younger. And,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you know,
Makes him feel all comfy, like, hey, I actually give a shit about you.
yeah, and then he gets closer and he gets closer, and as he gets closer, he wraps his chains around him, squeezes him, and then he acts. I don't remember
The guards.
The guards come in, and then he kills the guard and escapes, and Jamie's on the run. Right?
Yes.
They catch him, but he's on the run. So we're up to 57 deaths. We're actually cruising through the thing here. On to the 8th, the Prince of Winterfell. I'm going to read it again. Just go buzz through it.
Sure.
Rob learns that Catelyn has secretly freed Jamie. Why did that happen? I don't remember why that happens. Because he promises that he'll send his daughters back.
Yeah, Caitlyn's afraid that that the Lannisters are crazy and they're just gonna kill her daughters, and she feels in good faith that if she lets Jamie go, that maybe he would take pity.
Yeah, they obviously caught up to him and
Yep.
recaptured him.
Yep.
So I guess we glossed over that, but yeah. So she basically trusts Jamie to bring the kids back, which, looking back, is kind of not the smartest thing in the world to do. But
And not only does she let Jamie go, but she has someone to escort him back, and that's Brianna Tarth, who pledges her allegiance now to Caitlyn, being a strong woman. And since Renly died, she has no one else to follow, so she follows Caitlyn.
all right, so there you go. So Rob locks her in her tent because he's a little pissed off at his mom, and sends men to find them, which I don't think they ever do. He also enters a remote. This is important. He also enters into a romantic relationship with Talisha, who is he met her like on the battlefield. She was taking care of dudes, and he was impressed by it. So he slowly gets in love with her.
Yeah, she has intelligence, and
So there's
she's
that.
different from all the other women.
On to the Greyjoys. Yara arrives at Winterfell to bring Theon back to Pike, criticizing him for his actions, which confused me because I thought his dad wanted to take Winterfell, and I thought that's why Theon went back. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe,
I think
I got
he
confused
wanted
about
him
this.
to take Winterfell, but he did not want him to kill the Stark boys.
okay.
And I think that's what made him pissed off, because it made him look bad by burning the kids' bodies. And
All right.
Ben, please help us, but I think that's what it was.
Okay. All right. So then Tywin leaves Harrenhal onto Harrenhal to attack Robb, which leads Arya and Gendry and their friend Hot Pie to attempt an escape with the help of Hagar. Jaquen. Isn't there a J? Maybe not. Whatever.
I still think it's Hagar.
Just Hagar. Right? Hagar.
Hagar.
Who agrees in order for Arya to refrain from naming Hagar himself as the third man to kill. Yeah, because he wasn't going to kill the people, right?
Yep.
And then she said, well, then I pick you. And he said, that's not nice. He was pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah.
A girl plays games. I don't remember exactly what he said, but whatever. He agreed to do it. So, basically, that might be covered later. But for now, we'll just leave that alone. We go to King's Landing, where Cersei attempts to blackmail Tyrion by abducting Roz, who was... what was that? Do we know that that's the one he gives to... Oh, because she thinks that Roz is the one that Tyrion's really in love with.
Right,
So
right.
Tyrion is freaking out that she got her hands on Shay. And then Roz comes up and he says, it's such a pity, my love. That she, but it's not really her. So he's not really upset. But kind of feels bad. So on the way to King's Landing, Stannis promises Davos he will make him Hand of the King, which is a great honor to the Onion Knight, who used to be a smuggler. Beyond the Wall, which is north, Wildling leader Rattleshirt leads the captured Jon Snow and Half-Hand to his king Raider, Mance Raider. At the first of the first men, the Fist of the First Men. What is this? Come on.
Fist of the First Men.
What the hell is that? Fist of the First Men?
That was their camp.
Where Arya and Gendry were?
No,
I don't know.
No, where the wildling... Wasn't that where the wildling camp?
I don't know. All right, well, anyways, there, the Brothers of the Night Watch find a hidden cache of dragon glass, which is important. We don't know why yet, but it seems important. In Karth, Jorah agrees to accompany Daenerys into the House of the Undying to retrieve her dragons. It's kind of a weird place. Go ahead.
No. The, Fist of the First Men.
Yes.
Remember, it was the...
Could do some research.
It was a sacred ground that the Night's Watch went to, and they had all the stones. Remember, it was the snow and the stones, and then they were digging, and then they found the dragon glass because something was sticking out of the ice, and it was Tarly found it. Remember?
Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Fist of the First Men was built by the First Men in the Dawn Age. Some of the stone ring wall still remains. All right. Yeah. It's kind of funny we're researching shit. But what can you do? Fist of the First Men. All right. Rest in peace. 3 people. Who'd we lose?
Borba.
Eh.
Harker.
Eh.
Stone Snake.
Eh. None of them make the rest in peace scroll.
Yeah.
You gone. Death tolls up to 60. Number 9, one of my favorite episodes up to date in the show, Blackwater. Stannis Baratheons, fleet assaults King Landing. So basically he's attacking Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
well, Joffrey, really.
Yeah, Joffrey, that's right.
And Joffrey becomes a whiny little bitch and doesn't know what to do. And all their men are actually fighting with Tywin. And won't be able to get back in time to help them.
Wait. You jumped ahead.
No, I didn't.
We skipped a whole big important part.
Tyrion, I'm getting to that. All that's left is Tyrion to step up and lead.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. Never mind. You're good.
No, good.
No, you were right. Okay. Leading the defense, because of all the stuff that Jim just said properly, Tyrion destroys many of the attacking ships with an exploding ship full of wildfire, which he learned about earlier from that crazy dude. So basically, they sent out this pirate ship that was leaking wildfire, and they had the whole bay soaking with it. And Bronn shot this flaming arrow, and we lost Sir Davos' son. Important, but not worth the rip scroll. So sorry, buddy. But anyways, he exploded a whole bunch of their ships, forcing the former to attack on land instead of by sea. So Joffrey orders the Hound, Sandor Clegane. He leads the defense outside of the gate, but he gets defeated mostly because there's fire everywhere, and he is terrified of fire. So he ran. He went back in. He denounced Joffrey and said peace. So Joffrey lost his one of his best fighters in this fight. He also escaped because he was convinced to go hang out with the women, right, or something like that.
Yes.
Tyrion had him up in front with the people, but
he ran and hid.
He ran and hid when it got real. When shit got real.
And Tyrion got wounded.
Yes. He was gonna get killed by his own dude. One of the Gold Cloaks, which you could probably say, Sir Mandon Moore, I believe. I wish I had that.
And then
that was a pretty sweet looking
that's
death.
when the
Podrick Payne
comes in and saves the day.
That's what it looked like.
Yep.
Stabbed him through the back of the head. Or whatever he stabbed him.
And takes him to safety. In the meantime, Tywin comes back with his forces, joined by Loras, and they arrive and defeat the rest of Baratheon's forces, force him to retreat, and he takes full credit of it and gives none to Tyrion.
Because Tyrion is nothing. They were going to lose that war until he arrived. And then he arrived. Yeah. Saved the day. And it's probably true. I mean, he did save the day, but Tyrion did kill a lot of dudes. Yeah. And Cersei was about to poison Tommen, so she thought it was over. So, remember that? Tell him the story.
She was about to...
But okay, so there you go. We lost 2 people that episode. Rest in peace. Jim, take on the season finale.
Season finale? Okay. Joffrey sets Sansa aside in favor of marrying Marjorie, who's pretty hot. Tyrion fears for his and Shay's safety now that Tywin has replaced him as the Hand. Tywin takes over as the Hand himself. So he is basically, he's running things because he doesn't think Joffrey can do it and is not ready for it. So he pushes Tyrion to the side, and Tyrion's afraid. He also relieved Bronn from his command, which is another move that Tyrion did. So it gives more, I guess, what do you say? Fear, because it's one of his closest friends that sworn to protect him, and now he's relieved him of his duties.
Yep.
Melisandre tries to give Stannis a new hope. That even though he lost this, there's still... she sees him winning. So Brienne and Jaime are spotted by Stark soldiers whom she kills. Catelyn fails to dissuade Robb from marrying Talisa. In Qarth, Daenerys ventures...
That's kind of a big thing. So
yeah, Catelyn wasn't
Robb
a fan
was
of Talisa.
Sworn to marry one of the Frey daughters. That was
Yes.
how they got through the gates. Robb just said, "Peace on you, Frey.
I'm going to do what I
marrying
want."
Talisa
Yeah.
because she's way hotter than your daughters." And, he grew to love her after months and months of battle.
Yep.
So that's kind of important to remember. Just something to think about.
Oh, yeah. In Qarth, Daenerys ventures into the House of the Undying and successfully
This was
retrieves her
awesome.
dragons,
How did she... Go ahead. Did they tell you?
who kill Pri. Yeah.
Oh.
I set him on fire, right?
Oh, it was pretty
Yeah,
awesome. So
yeah.
this dude thought he was being awesome, had her chained up, and she just went, "Dracarys," and the dragons in there started burning everybody up, and she can't be burned, according to the show.
Yep.
So it just burned everybody up, which was just the one guy thinking he was cool. I think it was just brothers. Do you think he had magic, or do you think it was two dudes that just...
I think, judging from the show, he had magic.
Okay, so he had magic. He can make himself multiply, but
I
it
mean,
didn't matter because she burned them all.
We see characters that die and come back and stuff, so I think he's got maybe
We'll
a
give
little
him some
magic.
magic.
Melisandre's got some dark magic.
So she burned them all. That was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome moment. Good way to end the season. You could see how she...
Yeah, she then seals Doxos inside his own vault. And
Yeah,
claims
because
his
he was
wealth.
a lying asshole.
She takes his money so she'd go buy her...
She took his special key,
Yeah.
unlocked it, put him in his whore in, and locked it back up. So they died off screen or something, but we did lose... Oh, Scar, you want to finish up?
Theon tries to convince his men to fight Robb's army.
But they knock him out.
They knock him out because he's a jackass.
Sick of that guy whining. It was a good speech.
Yeah.
That's what he says. Why'd you let him talk so long? It was a good speech. It was something like that.
A dying Lewin convinces Brandon's party to go to the wall.
A dying Lewin. Let's relive that moment. Stabbed. Oh. Lewin. So that wasn't what... Well, that is what killed him. He died a little later. Mercy killing by Osha. She slit his throat so he didn't have to suffer much longer. But not before you could tell the little ones some last minute advice, and that's that. Poor Master Lewin. See ya. He makes the rip scroll, so go ahead, Jim.
Arya, having escaped Harrenhal with Hot Pie and Gendry, receives the gift of a valuable coin from Hagar, who magically changes his face.
Oh, yeah.
North of the wall, Half-Hand forces Snow to kill him to prove his loyalty to the Wildlings. An army of White Walkers surrounds the Fist of the First Men.
The Fist. We'll do some research on the Fist of the First Men.
Yeah, what comes up with the Fist?
I don't know. It's weird. I feel like it's something different.
Definitely had some deaths.
All right. Oh, yeah, we had a good one. We just added Maester Lewin, and that's pretty much it for the season.
Well, Pia Pri was a pretty nice death, too. Burned by Drogon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Warlock. He was the Warlock.
Yes, Warlock.
Okay. Yes. See ya. That was good for him. So that's that.
Season 2 in the books.
Thoughts on season 2? We're up to 70 deaths. That's what I gotta do. I gotta change that.
I think
The death toll is rolling.
season 2 overall for me was a little down. I think that's why I have a tough time remembering a lot. I tuned out. It was a lot of boring episodes, I felt. The whole car thing, I get how it was important because she had to get her wealth. I thought it was drawn out, kind of boring, you know?
Yeah, she basically stole all the gold and stuff from the city, right?
Yeah, that's what she did at the end. So it was, for me, it wasn't my favorite season. But it also leads to one of my favorite seasons, which is season 3, which I don't think we're going to cover right this second.
No, because we'll be here for another hour.
Yeah.
We're gonna come up with something a little off screen, see what we can do.
But thoughts on some of your favorite characters in this season?
Well, we talked about the pirate. I did like the pirate. I like Sir Davos. He's one of my favorites.
Cool.
Even though he was, I don't know if he was on I don't know who the good side and the bad side is right now. Like, because I don't like
Davos
Joffrey.
is just.
I don't like Joffrey, but I never really thought he was long for ruling. Like,
right.
There's no one. You can't be like that and live that long.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I'm thinking, Tyrion's really cool, and if he wins, maybe we can work stuff out, and everybody, And so I really love Tyrion. Tyrion won me over this year with the position he was put in. I like Daenerys is just becoming the shit.
You start seeing Jon Snow grow, also, from being like a background character to. You see his leadership growing. That the men of the Night's Watch are starting to see that, you know what, he's a stand-up guy. Not everyone in the Night's Watch likes him, but he stands up for Tarly. He teaches the men how to fight. So he's gaining popularity, and I think that's important for seasons to come. So we don't want to spoil that.
Yeah. He's a leader.
Yeah.
He's just a natural born leader.
I do
like
that.
Must be that Stark bastard blood.
Yeah. Love Davos though. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Davos, the Onion Knight. I just love his nickname.
Yeah.
The Onion Knight makes me happy. So unfortunately, I don't have an outro, Jim. So is there anything else you want to say? No. Just fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
Absolutely. Hopefully
I
you guys
enjoy
like
doing this. It's nice.
Yeah.
I'm kind of reliving myself. I actually feel
hey guys, we know we're not perfect. What
we tried to do today was just kind of go through and pick out bullet points.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out too good.
We're trying to get excitement for the season to come.
Yeah,
That's basically what it is.
In order to cram some seasons in, I'm going to try and get some videos to just post up, and we'll go that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like we may have improved a little. We're a little shorter, probably about 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So see what happens next Monday, 9-ish. 9:15-ish.
Yeah.
9-ish? All right.
Yeah, right around there.
Until then, I don't know. Let's send them out with the intro.
Peace.
Let's do that. Thanks for watching, everybody.